Good morning, a good afternoon, and good evening, depending on what time you are watching this, if you're replaying or if you're joining me. My name is Audrey, and this channel is about all things wellness. And if that's your kind of thing, please consider staying by subscribing. Today, we are going to be talking about financial wealth, and we're doing a little catch up because it has been a while. So, I'm going to put the poll now and then we can start. Are you subscribed? And the topic we're going to be looking at today was something that was quite interesting for me because I understand that they're speaking about it in terms of financial education, but I've seen it in life in general. So the topic is the seduction of pessimism. Quite interesting, right? But we will get into it just now. So, how is your day going? How is your Tuesday going? How is your week going? Today is such a relaxed day for me. Doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. It just means that I'm being productive in a relaxed manner. So I'm not putting timestamps on the things that I'm doing, except for, of course, the meetings that I have to attend. But other than that, chilled. Why? Because for the past, I think, 2 weeks, I've just been on the go. I am a homebody, and anything that takes me out of the house is stressful. Anything that needs me to be outside of the house is stressful for me. So for the past 2 3 weeks, I've just been in and out, in and out. Hi, Sino, how are you doing today? Well, this part of the morning, because I saw you earlier in the morning. I'm just so used to saying that when someone gets into the chat. I am I was just leaning over to get my phone. What are you up to? What are you up to? You have been busy, busy, busy. I am quite sure. So, yes, I was just saying that today I am being intentional about resting and not stressing because I think I need it. I need it a lot. And the topic for today is the seduction of pessimism. I'm trying to pull my charger without breaking anything. Okay, I think we did well. Hi everyone who just joined. How are you doing? Um Today is a Tuesday. Tuesday good day. Let's do it like that. So we have Monday fun day or Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day, Tuesday good day. We are going to look for a name for Monday. Hi, Serial Designation, and how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining again. I remember you from yesterday. Today we are going to be talking about the seduction of pessimism. Right? We're gonna start talking about it through a financial education perspective, but we're going to look at it as a whole. Hi, InfoSpot, Detroit, Michigan, checking in. Thank you for watching me from Detroit. Thank you so much for being here. I am doing well. I'm doing well, just trying to relax and have a chilled day. Maybe today would have been a good day for a this or that, but I think that this topic in this book, we're still discussing the psychology of money. We're almost done, actually. So I don't know which book I'm going to move on to. Probably The Richest Man in Babylon. We only have, I think, two chapters left. Hi, Mohadi. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. And okay, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, we have just 3 more chapters left and we are done. So I'm hoping that I have dropped some gems in the review of the book as we went on. And I think that you guys are really going to enjoy The Richest Man in Babylon. Is it morning for you guys? Yes, it is. It's only 11:36 a.m. It is quite early. What time is it where you are? I'm sure it's like early morning, probably like 5, 4, or 3 a.m. Yeah, okay, 1 a.m. I was close. I was close, yeah. We are quite ahead, quite ahead. My favorite book is 63 Reasons, A Conspiration Killed JFK. Hmm. I like those kind of things in documentaries. If you give me a documentary of that, I will watch it. Like, but I don't know if I can read the book. I am into conspiracy theories or when people try and, unveil the truth of something that happened. I love that, but I love it in the form of documentaries. I can't read books about it. I think it would take so long. But if it's fiction, yes, I would definitely read that. If it's like wellness, financial education, I can read that. And I love stories about different cultures, like looking at different cultures through different perspectives through a person's story. Hi, Mom Lindy. Good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. We are talking about the seduction of pessimism. Book is non-fiction. Yeah. I assumed it would be non-fiction because it is reporting on something that actually happened, right? So I did assume that it is non-fiction. Hi, everyone who just joined. We are having a financial discussion and it is going to overflow into life, I think and I feel. So let me start by saying the quote of the book, of the chapter, which is, optimism sounds like a sales pitch. Pessimism sounds like someone trying to help you. I think I will write that down and I'll put it as the pinned comment. Optimism sounds like a sales pitch, and pessimism sounds like someone trying to help you. All right. I will. Hi, Coco. Yo. How are you doing, Coco? Thank you so much for joining the live. Okay. What's going on is that we are speaking about financial education. What's going on with you? Hi, Junior Foster. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the chat. Today, we are talking about the seduction of pessimism. So, as I write the quote, can you tell me something? Are you an optimist or are you a pessimist? Because I think that I have I have changed over time, and I will tell you how. Sounds like a sales pitch. Pessimism, both. What are you pessimistic about? And what are you optimistic about? Middle ground. Interesting. Okay. Like someone. Good morning, Miss Malaika. Trying to help you. I love that, Sino. I love that a lot. So I'm going to pin the comment. And guys, as I've pinned this comment, shameless plug, if you like fitness content, please subscribe to the channel. What is pessimistic? So when you're pessimistic in any situation, you always see the negative. So if someone says that, oh, tomorrow is going to be a good day, you're going to be like, oh, I don't think so. Tomorrow's a Wednesday, and usually Wednesdays don't go well for me. Or someone says, oh, this is a good business idea. You'll say, a lot of people have started a business, but it never works out well. And someone tells you that, oh, 2025, I almost forgot that we're in 2024. 2025 is going to be a great year. And then you'll be like, oh, I doubt, we were saying 2020 was going to be a good year, but look at what happened since. So that is being a pessimistic. You have negative connotations and negative thoughts towards situations. Okay, well, that's not me. Love that, Junior. I love that. I think that we have to completely be optimistic about life. That is the only thing that we have in, I think, for free. Some of the things that we have for free include hope and optimism. So I'm going to read 3 quotes from the book, and then I'm going to extend it to a bigger discussion. Hi, Joanna. Good morning. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for joining me in the background. Okay, so the first quote is number 1. Money is ubiquitous. So something bad happening tends to affect everyone and catches everyone's attention. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are negative, because when something happens in the economy, for example, it happens to everyone. Let's just say there has been high inflation since 2020 because of many things that have been happening globally. And it has affected everyone. So, if one person starts speaking about the inflation, everyone is going to continue to talk about that. The cost of living is very high. It's very difficult for you to get a business off of the ground. When you try and start a business, a lot of people don't have money anymore. It is something that I don't know why it's appealing to people to continuously complain or to continuously speak negatively towards situations. I feel like I used to do that because it gave me a safety net, and I'll explain how. So, let's just say that we wrote an exam. This is something that I was guilty of. Anytime we wrote an exam, I would never say, no matter how much I knew about what I was writing or how confident I was in what I wrote, I would always say, you know what? That was hard. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I would never say, what came is something that I studied and I think I did very well. And my response, because it was negative and a lot of people were saying, oh, it's hard and I don't know if I got a good mark, gave me a safety net. And it gave me that preparation of, oh, if you don't do well, at least you're expecting not to do well. But if you do well, at least you have exceeded your expectations. So in life, I think that most people who are pessimistic or who are negative about situations are trying to create a safety net for themselves. Okay, let me catch up. Greetings there, Jojo from Mom Lindy, and greetings, Joanna to Sis Lindy. Hi, Izaz. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. Um, Lungi. Good morning, Lungi. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. We are talking about the seduction of pessimism. We are talking about that because we are trying to change our mindset from being a pessimist to an optimist. So we're first stating the reasons why people can be pessimistic. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but thank you so much for joining. Junior, I am not in Africa, but I am from Africa. I am from Zimbabwe, which is in the southern region of Africa, but currently I am living in Cyprus. So, yeah. I hope that answers your question. No, it's fine. Hi, Beckham. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining again. I have a question. Is your Beckham from, oh, Black Arm? Okay. I thought it was Beckham, but I was going to ask if it's like a tennis thing because I'm trying to learn tennis. Okay, so the second reason why people tend to be pessimistic. Colin R. say from Bulawayo. Ah, Michael, my brother, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining, Unjani. Um, that's so cool. Hello, I'm in Akron, Ohio, in the United States. Okay, that is very cool. Yeah, it's cool how on these lives we meet a lot of people from different places. And I am very much appreciative of that because it gives me um, a sense of different cultures and how they think and how they move. Winning teen, a greetings there from Mohadi. No problem, no problem. I just appreciate you being here. Shop Mama, Hambaganjani. Everything is going well, Michael. So I speak Shona. I speak a little bit of Ndebele. But everything is going well. Very well. Hi, Mo. Thank you, Charles, for joining me from Texas. Okay, let's move on to the next point, then I'll catch up with the comments. Okay. Another is that pessimists often extrapolate present trends without accounting for how markets adapt. So basically, it's saying that when you're looking at the current situation, great morning pressures, and like I said, there's a lot of inflation right now. There is a cost of living crisis right now. Businesses might be shutting down right now, but that is only for the moment. And history has taught us that, especially in economies, it's always a cycle. You get a high, you get a low, you get a middle ground. And a lot of people actually invest more when things are low. And that's how they end up getting you know they end up getting higher returns because they invested when things were low. So maybe my advice to you guys is, now that there is inflation and people are trying to sell off things, sell off businesses, um it now might be a good time to invest, because when we get a stable economy, when we have a stable income, then things are gonna get better. Charles said, I'm new here. Happy to have you here, Charles. I hope you decide to subscribe so that we see more of you. Texas in the house. Thank you for joining me from Texas. No. Oh, Charles is from Texas. Okay. Sorry. Hi, Presh. I am getting a bit confused, but we're here. We're here, guys. All right. So the last thing is that, and this is what I think is the most important. Good morning, Linda. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, guys. We have 11 people in the building, and 12 people in the building and 12 likes. Guys, I feel like I'm tired. Is it because I didn't have my green tea this morning? Because my brain is moving faster than I'm speaking, or my brain is moving slower than I'm speaking. Either of the two. Let me just take a deep breath, collect my thoughts and my words. Let's go again. Right. So the third one is the one that I think is most important. And it says that progress happens too slowly to notice, but setbacks happen too quickly to ignore. So we are just talking about the reason why most people are pessimistic. And this is the third reason, that progress happens too slowly to notice and setbacks happen too quickly to ignore. Looking beautiful this morning, very cutesy. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is very important, and not only when it comes to financial education, but to any progress in life. And I think this is a continuation of the discussion we were having yesterday about the mustard seed and how it grows and then it becomes a blessing to bless other people. So even when it comes to finances, and I think we have spoken about this briefly when we were talking about saving, but good things, most good things, happen in a trickle, they happen slowly and they build up. So the progress is a bit slow. And that's why you don't notice it until maybe 4 years down the line, 3 years down the line, if you're lucky enough, 2 years down the line. And remember when we were talking about compounding and confounding. So it is important for us to have a mindset not only of saving, but also of okay, Lumi. Not only of saving, but also of investing with the idea that, yeah, in time, the progress might be slow, but you are going to get it. All right, guys, please excuse me just 1 minute. I will be back with my green tea. Luckily, the water was hot, steaming hot. I am so happy. Thank you, Lungi. All right. So, living in the US, I feel a lot of people are pessimistic because of so much bad things always happening and bad idiots in our country. It's 4:52 a.m. Why am I still up? So, yes, definitely. Unfortunately, the thing is, we have, and this is a big topic, and I think it's good to get into that now. Negative things sell. I don't know why, and a lot of psychologists have explored this, whereby people tend to like to hear news about doom, tend to hear news about things that are going wrong. So negative news sells. But that doesn't mean that there's only negativity around us. So that's why if you go on social media and they are reporting on for example, the conflict that is going on in the two areas, or they're reporting on something that a politician did or a celebrity did that is in the negative, they're going to get more clicks and more traction there. I don't know why exactly, but misery loves company. So if you are not feeling well within your own life, maybe there is an element of, oh, things are not going well in that person's life too. So that's normal. And the more you put time to negative things, negative thoughts, and negative news, the more negativity is going to surround you. And that's why I do believe that pessimism is usually relevant and prevalent in places where you always get negative news. And I come from a similar place. I come from a similar place whereby we are always talking about, oh, life is hard, the school fees have gone up, the transport has gone up, the price of bread has gone up. And a lot of people are always in that framework and in that mindset, no matter whether the economy is going good or the economy is going bad. And from where I come from, I would tell you this, Junior Foster. I don't know if it's the same in the USA, but some of it we think it is a protective measure, especially in Zimbabwe. If something is going good in your life, you don't want to talk about it because you feel like the moment you say that, oh, I landed a good job with a good salary, something bad is going to happen. We always have it at the back of our minds that the moment we say it, I think some people say jinx. The moment you say something is good, you jinx it. But I believe now in the exact opposite. I believe in speaking about the things that are happening that are well in my life. I believe in sharing good news. I believe in sharing positivity be- because we have to counter the narrative that is in the world right now, that is surrounding us everywhere. Hi, Miss Malika. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the love. Um, yeah, so I understand why people in the US are pessimistic because you're always churning out negative news. And so if you're living in a place like that, yeah, it is difficult. For example, I know that all the places that we come from, they are not 100% right. And people are not always treated the best. But have you ever heard of stories back to back on the news about a person who took themselves from primary school and they're now a medical doctor? Have you ever heard of stories of someone who moved to a different country and now they have a great career? Or someone who was in need of help and someone else helped them? No, it's quite difficult for you to hear news like that back to back. Maybe you'll hear it once in a while, like once in 3 months or once in 6 months, but it's usually surrounded by negative news. So it is quite difficult. I wish I can visit other countries and see the world. Take me with you. Okay, once I start traveling the world, hit me up. We will go together. It is one of the many things that I want to do with my life. That is travel the world, learn different cultures in their countries. So I wanted to talk about this topic: pessimism versus optimism, and why we need to be optimistic with our lives. Why we need to have hope in our lives. Why we need to have faith in our lives, because unfortunately, the only way you can remove darkness from a place is through light. And you cannot fight darkness with darkness. So you cannot fight negativity with negativity. Okay, there is so much inflation. Yeah, there's so much inflation. What are you going to do? Fold your hands and say, there's nothing I can do about it, right? Businesses are closing down. Yes, business are closing down. You're folding your hands. Let me not even attempt to do something, because if I do, I might lose all of my money. Hi, Isa. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? That's the only thing I know how to say. But yes, it is very important that you understand that life cannot be lived as a pessimist, because all you're doing is digging a larger hole into your life, and you are creeping inside that darkness over and over again. And that's why it's very important who you surround yourself with, what you surround yourself with, and what you read. Because with me, like I said, there was a point in my life that I was very pessimistic, and I did say that it was to protect my well-being. It was to protect what I felt was what was important. So to me, my education has always been very important to me. So I do work hard, and when I go for tests, for example, I'm always nervous and I overdo, and it works out very well for me. But if someone was to ask me, "Oh, how did you think you did?" I would always speak, not really negatively, but I would be moderate with my answer because I don't want to overstate something good that I have in my life or I have done in my life. And unfortunately, that means that number one, I am not confident in my work, and I'm not confident that whatever I went and back up there. Oh, really, Joanna? I am so sorry. I'm sorry, but I think I'm all caught up now. I hope so. But thank you so much. So, yeah, I think that this idea of trying to protect what you have by speaking negatively is the wrong way of doing it. A completely wrong way of doing it. Because one thing about life is that you speak first, you write it down or you speak what you want. When you are speaking about, oh, this country, you know what? I don't know what to do with this country. This country is so stressful. You're speaking negativity into the place that you're dwelling in. Ah, you know, this job is so stressful. It's taking so much of my time and I'm not even getting a good salary from it. You're speaking stress into the job that you go to every week. Oh, you know, my family is so stressful. They are never, they don't communicate well. Sometimes some of them are rude. Most of them don't like to see other people succeed. You keep on speaking that. You're planting seeds. You're planting seeds of negativity around you, around all the things that you do on a daily basis. And that it doesn't work at all. What you need to do is to, whenever you are in a state of negativity, okay, you've seen the news. Um, this happened to me twice, right? It happened to me twice. First, when, in 2020, when that sickness, the global sickness came, and in 2022, I think, when the conflict started in Russia and Ukraine. Why? Because they are very close to us. And when that happened, I had to constantly, in the beginning, I was constantly surrounding myself with the negative news. Okay, how many people have been infected? How many people have we lost to the disease? And unfortunately, all I was doing was causing myself worry and anxiety until the point where I decided I'm not going to be reading the news about that anymore. I'm going to be getting an update maybe once a week so I know if there are different things that have happened, different measures that have been put that I have to look into. But checking numbers every day, like people are statistics, that was only giving me anxiety. The same thing when that conflict broke up. It was so difficult for me because I was close to the situation. It was so difficult for my family as well because they knew I was close to the situation. So daily they would be asking me, "Oh, what happened? What have you heard?" And I was constantly in that state of fear until I understood that number one, worry is not my portion, anxiety is not my portion, and fear is not my portion. And if I had stayed in that state, and there are so many things that have happened in life whereby if you stay in that situation, you're never going to pull yourself up, you're never going to do better. So it's the same thing with how you speak to yourself, how you speak to your family, how you speak to even the things around you, right? It has to be positive for you to find a solution on what you're supposed to do. Okay, so let me catch up with the comments and I will continue. Surrounding is very important, Linda, very important. That's why I think that number one, not only the people who are closest to you, but your community online, the people that you follow, are they inspiring you? There's a difference between aspiring to something and having, unrealistic lives. For me, I've stopped following people who have unrealistic lives because I found that at some point I was leaning into the state of comparison. Oh, if this is like this, why is my life not like this? If this is happening for this person, why is my life not happening like that? And I was taking away the hope and the faith that I had in the promise that I have, right? And it affected me for quite some time until I realized that, wait, I'm constantly feeding myself this every morning when I scroll. And I'm now very, I'm very happy. I don't know if it's because of YouTube and how much time YouTube is taking, or if it was a conscious decision that then rippled into this, but I'm hardly ever on Instagram. I'm hardly ever on, yeah, most social media except for YouTube. So, and also, even with my YouTube, I have unsubscribed to a lot of people for different reasons. Some of them were negative, some of them I didn't like the language that they were using, some of them I didn't like the music that they were using, some of them I didn't like the message that they were purporting. But even on YouTube, when I log in there, all my notifications are people that I know that they're going to either make me laugh, it's going to be something positive, or it's going to be an update about something. Never anything that I don't want to associate myself with, because I like to guard my ear gates, my eye gates, so that whatever comes out of me is positivity. Uh, Wrong way indeed, Dre. The wrong way. Joanna's laughing at me. We speak life and we prophesy. Amen, Lungi. Amen. That is exactly what we need to do. Hi, Quinton. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. So if I speak positivity, I'll speak it into existence, basically. Yes, because the power of life and death, Junior Foster, is in the tongue. So that is why it's important to guard what you put in, because it's going to govern what you put out. For example, with me, I grew up in a family where, I'm so happy to say this, but I grew up in a family where we didn't cuss. We didn't use bad language and we didn't use vulgar language. Never. So, at some point, because of the music that I was listening to, in a conversation, I will never use bad language. But the music I was listening to, people were cursing and I was singing along to that. And it came as a conviction one day. One of my favorite artists, one of my favorite artists, I just got a conviction. Stop listening to it. Why are you listening to that? And I stopped. Now, anytime I hear a song that has a curse word, it affects me in the wrong way, and I just remove the song. If it's on my playlist, if it's on recommended, I just remove it from recommendations. And I'm trying to do better also with things that I listen to that I don't understand. Like I listen to a lot of South African music. I understand some of the things that they say, but I don't understand the other things that they say, which Asino told me about, I don't remember, maybe a month ago, about a song that I didn't even know that was the interpretation of the song. So I need to do better as well with like other languages like Spanish and Italian or French, whatever other language I'm listening to, especially French, because I've been listening to a lot of French artists now, but you never know what they're saying. So it's very important to guard what you take in. So when you speak it, you're speaking positivity into existence. Exactly. Hi, Didi. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Lungi said, I'm going to type in your full name. I love that. Oh, Taneo, I'm sorry. Yes, I just had to write in the group because I didn't know that yeah, I didn't know that I was gonna be late. Hey Lungi, hi Boo, hey D, I'm on coffee meet, so I also want to be on a coffee meet, you know. I also want to be there. Also, this color suits you. Thank you. It's my favorite color. This is my favorite color, guys, if you didn't know. This shade of blue. Yeah, it's like a baby blue. This shade of blue is my favorite color. Hi, Dineo. Joanna said, exactly, Dre. Social media is a bit tricky one. Will find themselves in the comparison state. Yes, you need to be able to deal with it. Maybe you need to relook at why you ended up following them in the first place. Maybe my trail of thoughts just left me. I got distracted. Ooh, I'm sorry, Jojo, for that, but you have dropped a big gem. Yeah, you have to reflect on everything that you're putting into your life, everything that you're putting into a life, even the things that you think are so small, because it affects you in a subtle way. And well, I studied psychology, so I know um, that, for example, you have your conscious, which is here, right? You think you know everything that you're putting into your head and you're putting into your consciousness, but you don't. And I'll tell you about selective attention, right? Selective attention. When you are moving around in the road, let's say you're moving in the road, and in front of you, there's a dog walking towards you. You are immediately going to focus on the dog because you don't know if it's a friendly dog, if it's a dog that can bite, or it's gonna bark at you. You don't know. You're going to focus on that. But that doesn't mean that all your other senses are not seeing what's surrounding the dog, right? So maybe in your left peripheral, there's a cat. In your right peripheral, there's a big baobab tree. In the moment, you think you have only seen the dog. But if you sit down, and this is something that psychologists do in forensic psychology, so for example, in court cases, when they're trying to help witnesses to remember, every single thing that is around you, you have seen it. You have seen it, but you have put it in your subconscious because you're only um, putting your attention to the dog, right? So when you calm down, you take a deep breath, you think about what you saw, you think about your surroundings. You can remember that, oh, there was a baobab tree. Oh, there was a cat there. So usually with witnesses, maybe they think they didn't see what the person was wearing or what color the hair was. But when they calm down, they can understand that. That is the same thing with the things that you put in your life. No matter how big and how small, it is stored in your brain. And whatever is stored in your brain is what comes out. There are some words that maybe I learned when I was 25 years and I haven't used it since. But because I learned it, there is a day that I will just say it out. And then I'll be like, oh, I'd even forgotten about that word. So that's why it's very, very, very important to guard your eyes and your ears. You said a mouthful. Yes, Linda. Thank you. Hope it's not. Precious said, I hope it's not Rihanna. It's actually not Rihanna, but I haven't listened to Rihanna in a long time. For me, it was an artist called Kelani. I like to call her Kehlani because that's how her name is spelled out. But I used to listen to her music. She was like my favorite artist. I used to listen to her music all the time. And most of her music, if it wasn't, cursing, it was talking about heartbreak, it was talking about revenge in a relationship. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So it was not Rihanna, but I haven't listened to Rihanna in a while as well. Honestly, hearing your message this morning got me thinking. I really need to start speaking more positive about whatever I may be doing. Thank you for real. I needed to hear this. Thank you for the feedback as well, Junior. I come on here, I sit and I talk, and most of the times I am sharing what I've learned with you guys, and I learn a lot from you guys as well. But in repeating what I have learned, it also reminds me to continue on that path. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Malaika. Hip hop was like that for me. I used to love it. Lungi, let me tell you that especially when the ladies started getting into hip hop, I would be there in the car and I'll be until I realized, wait, this is not even the path that I want to go through in my life. This is not even me. I liked to see it, but it wasn't me. So why am I singing it? So that was it. Yes, it was. It was Lugi. It was Voros. You remember it was Foroso. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was singing that. So let me calm down. Let me calm down. Hi Deep Space 9. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining again. I remember you from the other day. Take note of the color, guys, in case we have a this or that quiz. Yes, precious. Thank you. I have a meeting already. Let me prepare myself. It was good to be here. Thank you so much for being here, Linda. Thank you so much. Bye, Linda. Bye, Melindos. All right, thank you, Mom Lindy. I appreciate you for being here. Yes, Melindos. Apparently, that is what Lugster calls Linda now. That's true, Dre. Yeah. So it is quite important what we put in order for us to bring out life. The power of life and death is in the tongue. I need a real woman like you for real. Positive, intelligent, beautiful, not crazy like a lot of these. No morals, wife material all day, buddy. Well, Junior, that is the thing that I was saying about negative news as well. Most of the people you might know or might have heard of are only loud because um, that's the kind of news that will come out. I'm sure in America there are a lot of level headed women who are intelligent, who have morals, and who are willing to start a good relationship with someone. But in the forefront, you will only hear about the ladies that are, out there, the out there girls. I go. But Precious, I said I don't listen to her anymore. Thank you so much for that, Lungi. Thank you so much for that. Luke 6, verse 45 says, "For the mouth speaks from the abundance of the heart." That is okay. So what you take in is going to be stored in your heart. And that is why I think it's Joshua 1, verse 8, that says that you should read this word, which is the Bible. If you read it day and night and you meditate on it, it stores in your heart. Same thing with Proverbs. I'm forgetting which Proverbs it is as well, but it does say that you have to love wisdom, because it's talking about wisdom. You have to love wisdom, and the only place you can get wisdom is in the word. And when you meditate on the word, it now comes into your heart. So all the promises that you have, they are there in the word. So you have promises of a good future, a promise of prosperity, you have promise of good health, you have a promise of love, of gentleness, all of the things that you need. All of the things that you need, they're there in the word. But in the world, what are you hearing? There's inflation, cost of living. Oh, you know what? There is a conflict breaking out next to you. Oh, there's a disease that is doing this. There is famine that is doing this. If you focus, and wow, this is actually leading into what we were talking about yesterday. If you focus, whatever you focus on is going to stay in your heart. And that is what you are going to speak out. And as you speak it out, you prophesy it. So it is very important that whatever it is we're taking in is good enough for the purpose of, guys, I know that the world is going this way, but my promise is this. My promise is of hope and a good future. So I'm fine. My promise is the plans that and the promises that I have, which are good health, prosperity, which I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I love Ecclesiastics. I keep on forgetting the chapter and the verse, but it says that it is good for a man to enjoy their labor. So you're not supposed to just work, work, work and stress and, oh, what am I going to do? I'm supposed to be saving for this, but then this expense came. That is not part of the promise that we have. We are supposed to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So, yes, it is very, very important. Thank you so much, Lungi, for sharing that. And so, whatever you put in your heart, is what is going to come out. So Luke 6, verse 45, for the mouth speaks from the abundance of the heart. Amen. Thank you so much. Precious. No, they're crazy, trust me. Okay, good night, Junior. Danelle, that last emoji, I always make that mistake. Is it because I don't use YouTube emojis? I never make that mistake. I only make the mistake that includes food. I will put a plate where I wanted to put a heart or something like that. Hi Dini. Good night, Junior. You're Precious. Sorry, Precious. I was messing with you. No, Precious is fine. Precious understands good humor. That's why we love her. Yes and amen. Yes. And his promises are yes and amen. Yes, Precious. Peace and love. Thank you so much, Bumbras. How are you doing? We were just having a discussion on optimism and pessimism, and we were just saying that it's very important what you bring into your life and what you allow to be in your life, because that is what's going to come out. And I almost forgot about my green tea. And just like that, the energy came back. Guys, we're going for another 3 hours. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm therefore and optimistic. I love that. That is exactly what we are speaking about today. That is exactly what we are speaking about today. We need to be positive. No matter what is going on around us, no matter what is surrounding us, we have to be careful about what we bring to ourselves in order for us to speak positivity. And we also have to be careful about what we listen to, what we watch. Yeah, even what we watch, guys. Even what we watch, even podcasts that I listen to, I am I'm so selective about what I do now. Thank you, Mom Lindy. Yes, I'm really thankful that you were here. Thank you so much. Woo, yes, we are here for another 3 hours. Bye, Mom Lindy. See you soon. See you soon. I'm just joking, guys. I'm going to be out here in the next, I don't know how many minutes, but I'm going to be out here soon. So yes, that is the word of the day. Let us be optimistic. Let us always be positive, and there is nothing to be gotten from negativity other than more negativity. Very true. Stand guard. Yes, yes, Precious. Stand guard. Maybe I can share. Okay. Let me share. It was, I think it's Joshua 1, verse 8, because there is a promise there. There's a promise there that I love. So it's Joshua 1, verse 8. I don't understand why anytime I'm trying to open my Bible, we get so many ads. Everywhere there are ads, everywhere, except for WhatsApp. I hope it stays that way. So, keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Another version says, and you will have good success, right? So if you are meditating, imagine you're meditating on the word day and night. So the time that you have to meditate on social media and the news is very limited. And that is where you're going to get good success. You're going to be prosperous and have good success. So there's a promise. There's a promise to everything that we are told to do. So, yes, this is why I enjoy sit downs that you do. Very educational, positive, wise, and mature. Thank you so much, Precious. I really, really, really appreciate that. Sometimes I run out of things to say, like now, because the message that I wanted to put out is already out. But I really appreciate the interaction, and I appreciate the gems that everyone puts in. Like, yeah, especially if it's a word. One thing I will stick by, guys, is the word. If you tell me something, I'll always say, okay. Hmm. Do you know something that is do you know something that is very interesting? The other day we were on, I think it was on Linda's live or on her premiere. Yes, it was on her premiere. And we were talking about 7 things that God hates, right? And she was talking about lying, and we were talking about the white lies. And I said that when I was younger, um, we used to say, tell the truth and shame the devil, right? We used to always say, tell the truth and shame the devil. And there's something else that I remembered now that we used to say when we were younger, that positive and mature. Yeah, there's something that we used to say when we were younger, that always be happy. Like we always had this childlike happiness, and also this childlike hope, right? We're always hopeful for the future, always hopeful for the future. So I think that is why we need to always have that childlike faith. I need to replay this, stand God. Yes. Anyway, guys, the coffee meet is going well this side too. Love it for you and love it for us, because I am sure that we have some content. Hi, Puno. I hope I'm saying your name well. I am from Zimbabwe. Thank you for joining me from Mexico. Do you know, who are you with? I wonder, is it the girls? Dinella's always out with the girls, guys. I love it. I wonder who she's with. Maybe it is the running club. Maybe, maybe, maybe. But I absolutely love it for you, and I love it for us. Guys, we need to have a meetup, even if it's like a virtual meetup. I also want to be out with the girls. It's been a while, a big, big, a long, long while. Okay, guys, ask Prish. Yes, we want to know, who have you been with? Who are you with? All right, guys. So I think we can end the live in like 2 minutes. How are we doing? How are we doing? That is the last question I have and the last contribution I have. I am doing well, especially because I have decided to be very intentional about my days. Guys, is that how you pronounce Mexico? Yes, it is. It is Precious. So there are different how can I put it? I know there's like 2 different Spanish ways of pronouncing things. There is the Spanish from from Latin America, and there's Spanish from Spain, right? But I do know that they call it Mexico. Mexico, not Mexico. Mexico is the English way of saying it, but say Mexico. Just like you don't say you don't say Jose, you say Jose. Uh, thank you, Chris. You can subscribe and join me tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. Let me think of something else. You don't say George, you say Jorge. Uh, Joaquim, Joachim. Maybe Joanna, your name would be Joanna. Yeah, probably your name would be Joanna. Mojito. Exactly. Mojito is mojito. Yes, exactly. What? I've been saying it whole wrong the whole time. I don't think they mind. I don't think they mind because they understand that there are different pronunciations. But yes, you don't watch this. Don't. Yes, Joanna. If you watch, no, Precious, don't take this. Don't take it there. Please don't take it there. If you watch, what was that called? Pablo Escobar. What was it called? I forgot. Or if you watch, what was the lady? Queen of the South. Exactly. Yes. If you watch Queen of the South. Yes, Queen of the South. Exactly. There's noise coming from there, so I was trying to mute it, but it's not working. It's not working. Habla español? No, Chris, but I can say hola, I can say ¿cómo estás? I can say muy bueno. Mhm. I can say hermosa. I can say Spanish would be gracias or gracias. I forgot how to pronounce that, but that wasn't it. Joanna, when it ended, my heart, I said, where am I going to find something that is better? Especially the bodyguard. Yes, because I'm sure you can hear. I don't know what it is about these men. They cannot speak in a low voice. It's impossible. It is impossible. Yes, Lungi, beautiful flower. Dutch? No, I can't speak Dutch, but I think people in South Africa who can speak Afrikaans can understand Dutch. But I can't. I don't even know one Dutch word. Hi, Bobrish. And he will be some not all. I was speaking about his nationality specifically. Specifically, no matter what they're talking about, even if they're telling you you're very beautiful, you're very beautiful. Or if they're saying that they really love a rabbit, oh, I love that rabbit. They're very expressive, very emotional people. He's Nigerian, Joanna. They cannot speak in a soft, quiet voice. Impossible. You always think that they're fighting, but no, they're just very emotional and expressive. Yes, he must talk. He must talk. What was I'm telling you, Joanna. Whatever it is that they're saying, you must they have a lot of passion, Lugi, a lot of passion. They're saying, oh, those flowers are beautiful. Like, oh, those flowers, beautiful. So it's quite interesting, especially when it comes with sports. Sports, you can't do anything. When it comes to sports, soccer, that day, just know that there's no life. If there's soccer, no life, because or you will not hear me at all. My dad is also like that, but not with everything, only on the phone. I don't know why. It's quite interesting because when we're speaking like this, he's very, very calm. On the phone, I don't know what it is about the phone. Yeah, everyone will hear the conversation. My ex-wife is from Cameroon. Africa is so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. Isn't it is Joe? It is. It's encrypted in the voice. It has to be loud and passionate. Nope, I don't like watching sports like all my friends and family. I used to love watching sports when I was younger, especially football. I was a Man United fan. I don't even know who plays for Man United anymore, but I used to love watching, especially like the World Cup or Premier League. I used to love that. But now not so much. My hubby too very soft, but on the phone he is loud. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, Lugi. I need them to explain what's going on the phone. I need to them. Maybe I'll ask him one day. I'll be like, yo, can you tell me why you have to be so loud on the phone? What sports do you play, Chris? I used to play netball in primary school. I played basketball in high school. I did a little bit of track, but only like 100-meter sprint. Other than that, I'm not a running person. I've never spoke loud on the phone. It's quite interesting, right? I think different cultures have different ways of doing things because I was speaking to someone from Japan and they were telling me that if you go into a train and you go on the phone and the next person can hear you, everyone is going to be looking at you like, why are you disturbing the peace? So yeah, it's something else. I think different cultures handle things differently. It is Lungi. Lungi is you would just be like, okay. Especially if you're like in a public area, like a restaurant or something like that. The worst is maybe it's an important call and you are maybe in church or something. And you know everyone is listening to the sermon and then obviously he's gonna step out if it's like really important or something like that. And I'm like, oh, ndo zvakaitika here izvozvo. Shuwa here asikana hamaiwe. So yes, it is quiet. Hockey, wrestling, lifting, soccer, and basketball. Wow, you're an all-rounder. I did lacrosse for 2 years, but I gave it up. You are an all-rounder. Interesting. Now I just do lifting. I do a lot of weight training now, but yeah, it's been a while since I actually um, played basketball or netball. I think it's rude to be loud on the phone in public. It's not actually. It's not. Like I said, it's a cultural perspective. It's just something that's in them. Maybe they feel like the person on the other end is not going to hear them if they don't speak that loud, maybe. But yeah. I've lived with it my whole life ever since my father had a cell phone. So when they try to go up to a register. Oh, okay. So you would prefer them to concentrate on what's happening at the till. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. Precious, are you laughing at are you laughing at the scenario? Are you laughing at how I said it? Because I know both of them are quite funny. All right, guys, I think on that note, we can say our goodbyes and, go on with the day. I will be joining the lives and the premieres and the videos and everything today. So I will see you there. So, yeah, I think we've ended on a very, very, very funny note. Please send in your goodbyes whilst I finish my green tea. Thank you for talking with me. I enjoy this. What's up? Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for being here. Bye, Loonstar. Bye. Thank you. Bye, Precious. Linda and Lindy have left, but goodbye. Bye, Mohadi. I know you're still there in the background. Bye, Danelle. I know you're still enjoying your coffee meat. Oh, what kind of tea? This one is green tea with lemon. It is from Twinings. It's just green tea and lemon. That green tea has become juice now. Precious, I actually can't drink hot tea. So how it is now, perfect for me. The other day I actually burnt myself with food, but that's a story for another day. This is the reason why I don't eat hot food or drink hot tea, because I don't like getting burned. All right, guys, see you next time. Me too. Well, not an iced tea, but just cool. Warm, actually. If it's warm like this, it's perfect. Bye, everybody.